What up, though? This is the Ben J. Leagues, and you're back rocking with the Coach Gear. I appreciate you all tuning in. For all those watching on Instagram, I had the volume up very loud on the intro song, and I blew out everyone's intro.
Yeah.
Everybody want to fight me now. What's good?
I missed all of that.
Oh, you
I
ain't
had
have
headphones
headphones
on.
Oh, you did have them on?
Yeah. Well, I already can't hear well, so.
We know.
Make it worse.
Well, how's everybody week? Everybody look a little sluggish.
I'm
Tired.
good.
You good? Why so good?
Can you hear me? It's almost Friday.
No.
I'm good.
Yeah, some technical difficulties. Tips, Mike?
Yeah. Well.
Oh, you weren't here when he tested it.
Did it? Just people.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, we're having some technical difficulties. Everyone is here. A little sluggish, as Jeff said. I'm personally tired, but Erin says she's good. Tiff, how you feeling?
I feel good. I
Okay.
don't have no real complaints.
Am I bringing everybody down?
Actually, yes. Yes. When I walked in, I was like,
Okay.
this nigga's tired
I
today.
mean, I gotta put a damper on the afternoon, but I've been at the hospital all afternoon, so I'm gonna perk up now though, because I'm among friends, and we're gonna get it going and talk this evening. So,
How was your week? Or how long you been?
Cool. You know, I finally went to the doctor about my leg.
what they say?
That it was gonna break. That you old?
Probably.
I'm gonna say my mama was 6 years old.
Oh,
Oh my word.
Everybody
That's how
else-
you starting this show?
Yeah. Text your bike to
Collection my pearls. It ain't working. So that's where we going with this
I just
today?
want to know how your leg is because you've been limping for like 3 months.
So, of course, you know how going to the doctor is to affect them on something else.
Breaker, one.
We have a little issue with Tim Mike real quick. We're going to go. But yeah, you know how you go to the doctor, it was pretty much, to be honest, pointless. Because I went there and, you know, they did some little exams, test my knee, do this, stretch here, bend here, all that.
Been here.
That's to show you what I
Go
have.
ahead.
So, took a couple x-rays, and then it was like, yeah, so it's gonna have an MRI or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, because it's probably like ligament stuff or whatever.
Oh, wow.
So,
You was all tied in them
it's
bobbing
nothing to
and-
tell me.
Messed
Then
them knees up.
I can't just call in like, yeah, I want an MRI.
Nah, I know.
So,
You can't drop down and get your eagle on no more?
not right now.
You was dropping it low and spreading it wide.
Threw that leg
Knees
out.
messed up.
That's what you do. yeah, that's what that part there.
Shut up.
So they scheduled that, is what you're saying? Okay. We're not talking about your scheduled appointments.
Yeah, she keeps them scheduled. So moving along, right along here.
I don't
It's
see her
terrible.
live.
You don't see the live.
I mean, carry on. There we go.
Now you see it. Everybody's phone is up and running. All right, great. So there's a lot going on. You know, we haven't really touched on what's going on in the city, around the city, and of the city, and that's like the topics that are kind of going on in America. I guess the biggest thing going on right now is somebody say her name.
Centoya
There you go,
Brown.
Centoya Brown. How do you all feel about that?
I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, yeah, but like it just
It does
shows you what
not-
the justice system is like. I mean, well, going back to it, I guess,
Well,
because
some people act.
so when she was what 15, 16, right?
16.
She was she had a pimp. She was being she was a part of a sex trafficking ring. I guess that's what you want to call it. The political term or the technical term for it. And she went to guess go meet a John or whatever. And I think either before or after he paid for the services, she had a gun with him. She shot and killed him. And yes, you know,
So was it a John or the guy
It was a
that
John.
actually forced her into it?
it was a John.
Uh,
Yeah. So I think that's.
John. I hate that term. Go ahead.
I mean, that's what they
Well,
call
I
it.
know.
So I think that's why, because that's murder. I mean, I think it was premeditated because I think it was someone she had seen
She
before.
showed up with the gun.
She showed up with the gun. I think it was somebody she had been seeing on
He was a
a
client.
reoccurring basis, and maybe he was, you know,
Abusive.
or a bit physical, and that was the reason that she came with the gun. So. I guess the reason why it went the way it did is because it was premeditated. You know,
She showed up
She
to
showed
it,
up with the
yeah.
gun, like But then you go back to the psychological thing about it. You know, her being that young, being forced into this life. Your pimp per se is also threatening to kill you or do this type of thing, whatever to you. Like, what do you like? How do you really respond? I mean,
I think it's the same, not the exact same thing, but it's similar to being in an abusive relationship.
And
right?
retaliating.
You eventually get to the point where you can't take it anymore, but you do take it for a very long time before you get to the point where you just like, okay, today is the day. Like, it's not gonna happen again.
I guess what would have been different is if it was, I guess, the pimp per se, and,
Yeah.
and it was in a situation where he was being abusive and she just grabbed something.
Right,
You know,
yeah, I
the
could,
fact that it was
yes.
But, I
premeditated.
mean, I don't know, because I feel like the pimp wasn't, though he may have been physically abusive towards her, he wasn't the one who was raping her.
Typically, that's how they become.
See, that's what
Yeah,
when I
think
read it,
that's
I
how
didn't hear it was a John. I
Me
heard it was
either.
the person
This
who
is the
forced
first
her
time that I'm
into
hearing
it, I
that.
thought.
No, it was a
It was
John.
a John.
But what it is that, you know, how they even become a part of this little ring. I think the pimps like bring them on and give them gifts, and then I think they do sexual favors for them initially. And this is
That's how you,
how you
That's
kind
how
of
you break them in.
how you gain that control. So, you know, he probably still was having sex with her, or all of them, or whatever the case may be. So I'm just saying, like, in some situations where it's like a immediate reaction, a sense of rage, it's a little different. People
Than
being premeditated.
So how long altogether did this take for her to finally get?
15 years.
Yeah, she's been.
You mean,
She's been in.
you were saying, but for her to have that.
For her to finally get out?
15
Oh.
years. She's 31. She went in
Yeah.
like 14.
Okay, see, I thought she meant like,
She
how
went
long
in
before
2004.
Oh, no.
how long before she actually like,
Did
How long was she
something
in
about
that
it.
life?
Oh,
No.
yeah, I
She
don't know
made
about
it.
that. But that's just, I don't know, it's crazy.
All in all, I'm super happy for her. I hope that she uses this opportunity to grow and to be the person in society who she was supposed to be. I mean, obviously to have 15 years of your life taken,
Yes,
That's
you know,
what
like
mine
that's,
is,
that's an uphill battle, but it's a battle definitely worth fighting. And I think that she has a lot of support.
Mhm.
And excuse me, I think it's super dope the power of social media nowadays, because nobody
That's
knew
what
who
got
this
her-
girl
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
She got on someone's radar. Rihanna started posting her, Kim Kardashian, all these celebrities started posting this story, which brought it to national attention, which then put pressure on the governor, like, hey, you gotta do something.
you know,
Because this can't be right. Like, you got this kid who was in the system, who was raped, who was pushed into this life, who protected herself, and you got her sitting in prison, and she was going to have to do 51 years
Jesus.
before she was even eligible for parole.
Wow.
this makes me think of well, now they call them the exonerated five, right? Like, you're happy for them, like the end story, right? They get
Mhm.
out, but it's still like a dark cloud over the entire
Like, now
situation
what? Yeah.
because you missed out on so much of your life. You can't get it back. So,
Like, you grew up there.
Mhm.
right.
Your formative years of, like, stepping into adulthood was in prison.
You're hilarious. Said, what took them so long? What takes them so long for everything?
Ooh,
Like,
what took the government so long? Because I still think that she would be in there had it not been for social media.
Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree with that.
absolutely.
Because
Like,
if no one's
to be
watching
honest,
you can just let it ride. Like,
Yeah.
it's probably many, many cases that's the situation.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why.
I think Kim
Mills is
Kardashian
doing this
changed
thing.
a lot of it. I don't hate the girl. Like, I mean, I kind of like her, but you know what I mean. She does have an influence on what happens.
Mhm.
I hate to say it, but it is what it
I
is.
mean-
If she never did what she did and went to talk to Trump about her and all this other stuff, that she got so much attention around this, like, I don't think it would have happened this fast.
It
And
would.
maybe it would have, since you said like Rihanna was like tweeting about
Well,
it,
when
but
it came,
they,
wasn't it that Kim, wasn't she like on her radar first or something like that?
yeah, I think, well, that's what I heard.
I'm
I didn't know
not
about
sure.
Rihanna, I heard about
I know.
Who started it? It got
I know
involved.
Rihanna had started posting her, but I think she was on Kim's radar first. Because after
Right.
Kim, what was the last person that Kim?
to talk to.
No, did she just?
I don't know them by name.
She just helped somebody else get out.
Oh,
She's been.
the older lady, yeah, I don't know her name either, but yeah, she just
Because
recently
that
got
was
out of
like
jail
the whole
too.
thing that kind of pushed her into trying to get her law degree.
Right.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, how she got to her sense of fame or her platform or whatever it is, what it is, but she's actually doing something with it.
I mean, I don't think it really matters how she got there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody got a story.
True.
Yeah.
So,
True.
so we got some comments on Instagram.
You're hilarious said.
He said, "Don't tell anyone, please."
I
And
like
you about to
him
do
too.
it.
Well, he did write it in our, so I'm gonna read it. I think he means don't ever repeat it again. But he basically said he likes Kim too, just don't repeat it out loud. Well,
We knew it.
What's wrong with the girl?
nothing.
Like,
I don't think anything's wrong with her. I'm not on the Kim bandwagon, like she can do no wrong, like everybody can do wrong, right? But,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with anything she's ever done. Like,
I agree that she's definitely taking her platform and doing positive things. I personally never fell into that wormhole of the show or found it interesting.
oh,
I
shit,
used to
yeah.
watch it.
But
I don't watch it now.
I don't
it used
watch
to be
it
on in
anymore,
the
but I
nail
used to.
salon, and I'd be like, "This is so boring. Like, why do people like this?" But my opinion. But what she's doing outside of that, you can't help but respect it, like business wise, and even now with this. So, agree, no problem. That's all I agree.
I just, kudos to her. Good luck. And she has a book deal. I'm sure she'll be well taken care of. I'm sure she'll come
Centurion?
out.
Mhm.
Yes,
oh yeah, they're gonna make a documentary too, right?
I'm
I
sure
think that's what I
Probably,
read.
yeah.
everything has been in works
Why
for
not?
this girl. So
Yeah,
give her the opportunity.
good for her. But man, just like the exonerated 5, right? They all got broke off some millions each, right? But would I like traded my childhood for some millions?
No,
Absolutely
and
not.
they always say the same thing.
You still
Or
lost
they all
more. You
have
still
said the
lost
same
more than
thing.
you're probably gonna gain.
Yeah, you can't put a price on those years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you can make yourself comfortable now.
You're
Mhm.
hilarious that
Very
her
comfortable.
personal life ain't no worse than anybody else. That's honest.
No.
I think he's talking about.
He's
Kim
talking about
Kardashian.
Kim.
Now, what's that about, Kim?
Yeah, like personal life is a little bit worse than but yeah. No, that's
It's a
honest.
little thing. So,
You got to keep that going.
oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep that
Oh,
going.
Lord.
He typed it.
Yeah, it's for the world to know. Don't repeat
I
this.
should have
Like,
screenshotted it. Actually,
You can.
you know.
you don't have to screenshot it because I'm gonna download this video.
Oh my God.
Just,
so wrong? Nothing's
we're
wrong
about to
with
mention
Kim.
It's
something
for the
else.
world to know now.
What's wrong with her?
No, so I see something on Instagram where I think I sent it to you all, where a couple, and I guess requested some services from someone, and when they pulled up to the house, dude had like a huge Confederate flag
Mm-hmm.
on the car. So my question to you all is: Would you
Piss me
refuse?
off.
Would you refuse services from someone that publicly supported something you totally were against?
Yep.
I would say in that
refuse services,
situation.
or would I refuse to take their service? The guy was given a service, right? Go
Right.
up to their
Refuse
house.
services,
Right.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In that situation, and we were kind of talking about it before y'all got here. In that situation, I would say yes. You're at my home. You're doing services directly for me, and this is you as a person doing something for me as a person. So in that situation, 100%, no, thank you. You know, thanks for coming out here,
You gotta
but
get off my
I'd rather not. So in that situation, 100%. What I said might get a little bit tricky is when you start looking at corporations and depending on what it is that they've done. So
You
one
got to do
thing,
your research on that too.
yeah, it's like
That's not like out in the open either.
right. But he's saying that
I'm
you
saying
know
that's
about.
public.
Yeah. I
So-
know. Yeah, I get that.
I would say it gets a little tricky because it depends on the offense. So like the whole thing with the clothing lines, yes, like I know exactly where they stand as a corporation, but say someone else takes that over. So like now do I then still boycott it or am I back on? So when it's corporation, that's a little tricky, but individual to individual or small company to doing a service directly for me, 100% I'm good on you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the bigger the corporation, it becomes a little trickier to give a
Okay.
straight answer.
Yeah,
Your hilarious said no, it's business, it's not personal. He has a right to believe what he wants to. Wait, he has a
Do-
right to believe what he wants.
Do my roof, and thank you.
Oh, you're absolutely right. He definitely has a right to believe
But if it's
whatever
a
he wants
personal
to.
thing, that's my choice to
But
let
I-
you get on my roof.
I got a right too to believe what I want.
Right.
If everybody has a right, then I don't have to support you.
And at the end of the day, me putting $1 in your pocket is putting $1 towards the things.
That's
you
So it's
You
your
know
cause.
You're right.
Yeah, me putting $1 in your pocket, and I'm putting $1 towards everything that you support.
Mm-hmm.
See, dang, I was about to give an example, right? Like, okay, like, do you think it's different if they had a Trump bumper sticker? You think
No.
that's the same as the Confederate flag? Confederate flag is like some like
slap in the face for real.
It's 100%.
Right.
I don't understand why it's not like the same thing as a like swastika.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, at this point,
why
that's how I
don't we look at the
feel.
Confederate flag like that?
I don't know.
we do, black people most do, but society as a
saying,
whole,
is that work,
It's crazy.
at this point, is a Trump bumper sticker
along the
representing
same
the
line.
same thing? Would you take it?
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
don't
Generally
think-
speaking.
I'm not gonna like you either way, just put that out there, but it's not, I don't think it's as offensive. I still don't like you, I wanna put that out there, and I still might not do
I was
business
gonna
with
say the
you.
end result is the same.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
I'm also not
But
gonna
how
take
does it
your
make you-
services.
How does it make you feel though? Which one is gonna get you
I mean,
hotter?
it's
Like,
it's
come
probably-
on.
Today, it's probably gonna give me
Oh.
the same high.
Whoa, I don't. Whoa, which one would make me hotter?
Well,
I think the Trump nowadays would make me hotter.
Then a Confederate flag?
Yes, let me tell you why. Because I feel like anybody who supports Trump, you are a clear and cut racist. Like,
Confederate flag, you old school racist though, like.
that's deep rooted,
Can't
right?
get no worse.
Right, but the people who are alive now aren't the ones who were hanging people, right?
right.
These
like
people-
you're making a valid choice.
These people who are supporting Trump now, they know that he's a racist. They know what he's doing to those children at the borders. They know all of this, and they still choose in this era, in this current climate, to support him.
So the sticker's gonna piss you
That's
off.
a more dangerous situation to me.
I get that.
I mean, I agree. Both of them are gonna make me upset.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But-
Both of them are gonna get a no
but
from me.
just-
It's a no for me though.
I mean, to be honest, man, just hearing anyone that supports Trump right now, it starts to make my blood boil. Like, how did you have the audacity? You know.
Oh, you're hilarious said, so what if you didn't get hired because you supported Obama? Would that be okay? What if your employer had reasoning for not liking Obama?
First and foremost, why would you know that in the interview
I'm not
process?
walking in
Yeah.
with an Obama.
No, he
Hey,
all right, no, okay.
Obama.
He's, okay, same concept, right? Let's say you cut grass, right? On the back of your truck, you got an Obama sticker. It's the same
I
concept,
lost
right?
that client.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's his.
that's-
that's
And
that
if you're
person's
mad about
right.
that,
right.
I don't want to work for you.
Yeah, I lost that client. I mean, to me, that
Answer
is.
the question. We are. Go.
I lost that client. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there's many more people out here in this world that agree with or don't care about my thoughts and my theories or whatever. So I just lost you as a client. It's fine.
Yeah.
See,
I mean, I just feel like if you're in a service industry, if you're providing a service for somebody and you're using a work vehicle,
It
Don't
shouldn't
keep
have
that
that on
separate
there.
anyway.
why do you have
that's what I was
Yeah,
about to
I
say.
would-
Because now you're telling me that your business supports this.
Yeah.
This
Right,
is the basis
yeah.
of your beliefs that you are going to not only live it in your personal life,
Yeah.
but you're going to put this on your work truck.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I don't have to support that.
Yeah.
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 That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't even know that because it wouldn't be anywhere on anything business related.
Yeah, I agree.
And if it is, then you
Business,
you
business,
racist,
personal.
racist. Like
It's
you
not
wanted
on
to
the
put this
bottom of
on
the
your
card,
this on your
like-
work truck, like
Change.
I pull out a card and say Wakanda on the back. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking out the meeting like. So.
You could assume all day who you think I
Yeah.
support,
Yeah.
and you would probably be right.
Your
But-
hilarious is on fire. He said, let's be honest, it wouldn't be that simple.
Why
We
wouldn't
like
it?
be ready to boycott off that. If that happens to us,
oh God, trying to give me a headache
I'm
trying to
sorry.
decipher.
He must be typing fast.
he hot. Yeah, man. He said we'd be ready to boycott if that. You.
I don't have to
okay.
boycott,
He's
but-
saying the like
But I don't have to.
black people.
But
would
here's
be
the
ready
thing. I don't
to
even
pop
have.
off. Like, why don't you support Obama?
But here's the thing.
Like-
I don't have to go.
Oh no,
I
I
don't-
work with a lot of Republicans.
Furthermore, I would not be surprised.
But I don't even
by
have
a
to
white
voice it
person
after
not
it
supporting
happens.
Obama.
I don't have to talk about it after it happens. I can let it die where it was.
That's
I
honest.
refused your service
Move on.
and move on.
Mhm.
Like when we don't have to march about everything. Everything is not. He didn't defend me. He pulled up and that's just what it was. I don't support it. He didn't come up and wave that boy and start walking on my lawn or whatever and throwing up gang signs.
He's saying it the other way around. What if you were the one
I'm saying that, or
yeah,
if I
providing the service and you had an Obama sticker
same thing.
on your truck?
same thing.
Well, I wouldn't have an Obama.
See,
sticker.
get that.
Well, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
He made made the wrong move here and he got played for it. Plain and simple. Like, you put that on your car because you wanted everybody to know that's what you support. Now you got played for what you support.
Yeah.
You can't be mad about it. Now you
That's
want to
true.
talk about, he told the lady, I'll take it off. No, that's who you are, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's too late.
You keep that.
It's above
Like,
me now.
You keep that hood, you keep that hood on.
Yeah, no,
Keep
that's
that
true.
hood and that robe on.
That's that same video when old girl said
Yeah.
that on the phone and got to the hotel.
And he
couldn't-
refused her.
to
It's
check
above
her
me.
in. It's
Yeah.
above me now. Right?
That sounds familiar. What is
Oh,
it?
the
We talked
hotel.
about that. The hotel. The lady was on the phone and
She
as she
called
was
him,
hanging up. She
yeah.
called him
A
a nigger.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
With
with
the
her-
hard E.
Right, yeah.
with her heart.
Yeah.
And he heard it. And then when she got there, he was like, "Yeah, we ain't got nothing for you." Her whole family was in this hotel. It was like a family reunion. He said, "The Best Western right across the street."
They'll be able to better assist you.
It's above me now.
But this is my mom and I.
It's above me.
That he just kept
She
repeating
said
that.
what she said.
We full, boo.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't even think that was, but I'm like, next,
Right.
right behind
I
you.
can check you
Ma'am,
in.
please step to the side. I'm customer.
Hold on. Before we move on from this topic, I don't know if you watched the whole video of that video that you sent us, but a different conversation came from that. If anyone watched it, I guess y'all didn't because y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. But
I
what
mean, I
the
wonder what the conversation that came on.
Mhm.
What's the conversation?
So what the guys then began talking about is that it was a man with her, like her husband, I guess, was
And
present
why he
there,
didn't say anything.
and why
So that's
wasn't he the one who
wait, whoa,
say anything?
That's a whole different topic.
Right.
what?
This
That's
is
a whole
the
different-
conversation's evolving.
I saw it. That's a whole
Work with
different-
it. Rock with it.
But that's a whole, like, that's
Right.
you can actually just take that and put that in
Now
a
we
whole
gonna
different-
pivot on this
Right,
one.
so we're going to pivot because it was in the same video. Boom, now we here. So, what the guys were saying was, I guess she basically looked over to my man's where no one ever established what relationship they had, and he's kind of off camera and said, like, do you want to say something or should I? And he was like, you got that. And then it went forward as to what we discussed. So,
He was like, she mad about the flag, so.
so I guess in the comments, people had some things to say like, oh, why didn't he step up? Like, why was she the one to say something to this other man? Like, why didn't he say anything?
Because she was the one with the problem.
That's the point. But they're saying, like, as the man, should he have stepped up and been the one to address the other
You can't
man?
want it both ways. You
What?
can't want to be able to assert yourself in the boardroom, assert yourself in life as a
Mhm.
woman, and then you're in a situation, yes, I'm married to this man, yes, we're together, but I'm my own woman, I got my own opinion. He might not agree with me. He might not be able to articulate it the way that I
Right.
needed to be articulated.
The
Nah.
white man told his wife to go and handle it.
What?
What?
No. So
They would've-
the two. It was a black woman who had an issue. It was
No.
a black. Let's just say for shits and giggles, it was a black couple who had the issue.
It was.
I mean, we don't know if they're married or. we
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know,
no, they never
right?
established if they were.
Right.
So it was a black couple, and the white guy pulled up with his Confederate flag. She's the one who spoke up and said something. The argument is why was she the one as opposed to the man who was there with her? Why didn't he speak for her?
No.
We ain't in 1960. I don't need you
No.
to speak for me. I got this.
And one of them I agree with that. One of them brought up the fact, though, that if she didn't want him to say anything, why did she even ask? Why didn't she just out the gate start talking? So,
I mean,
the fact that she gave him a choice, like, do you want to say something?
Mm.
Or
That's
should
like
I?
Well, to be
you want to
honest,
get him or me? Because either way, he's gonna get got.
That's what I told you.
yeah, like, yeah.
Either way, it wasn't gonna be
You
good.
want this one,
so-
and I'm taking it.
Okay.
Tag me in, coach, is like, yeah.
And I'm sure if that man had become disrespectful to her or
Yeah,
had
he
said
would've said
something that was
something.
inappropriate, I'm sure as a man standing there, then it would have been a conversation between two men.
Mm.
But she handled it. The guy got on in his vehicle and drove on off. So
As our resident male, are you good? Like, if your chick is the one who's jumping out there and going off every time?
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to get
I
involved.
gotta deal with it too sometimes.
Oh.
So
Okay.
let somebody else get this heat. You know what I'm saying?
but no, I
Sure,
don't
you
want to
right.
paint that picture though that like I mean she was a popping off. She
No,
had
No,
a-
no. She had a valid
No,
reason.
I'm not-
But that was how their
I'm not-
conversation
But
evolved, so that's
I'm
why I
not
was
painting
bringing
that
it to
picture. I'm
them.
just saying, like, being in a relationship with, with a woman, there are times where you have to allow her to be who she is. You know what type of woman you got with. You know what I'm saying? You know if
That's
she was
true.
the submissive, if she wasn't confrontational. You'll
know when you need to speak
when
up
you
for
need to
her.
speak up.
So Motor City K9 said facts, Tiff, but also be careful putting your man in situations like that. Okay, honestly, that's something I kind of thought about too, because I'm like, when two men are maybe in a heated conversation,
It
it
becomes
might
physical.
go way worse than if a woman said something.
I mean,
So,
but, well, it can also go way worse because a woman said something. Because of the
That's
simple
true.
fact that this woman came out, now, say if she wasn't professional or, didn't articulate herself
The
properly.
way she did.
And came out real ratchet.
and
This-
he mollywopped her.
No, this guy, with that too, but this guy would have been like,
Can't aggressively approach. You gotta be careful
but
out there.
Whoa.
I'm out here, like, so say he's standing there, she run out, get the popping off, and this guy is the guy that don't hit women. Now he just gonna run up on my mans, and now it's a situation. You need to know your man and know that he can defend you in that situation also. Because y'all both might get your ass whooped.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's
I think that's a lot of what ifs.
I think that's where he's going with that statement. You know what I'm saying? You need to know who you're with and what's going on, and basically how to approach a situation. She approached it right. She came in and said, "Hey, this is what it is. We appreciate it. Thank you. Not today." Now, if she'd have came out in a different manner, it would have been something different, and then we got to go from there.
I feel like if she'd have came out on that rah-rah stuff, then he might have stepped in. If
Like,
we playing a
yeah,
game, if we playing a game of what ifs though,
I mean,
Yeah.
it
like
wasn't
if
fair.
she
I mean,
came
in a
out,
lot of
probably knew
cases,
she could
sometimes men
handle
have to
it.
calm
Yeah.
women down, or calm your girl
Yeah,
down.
like, well,
If
hold,
she,
like, hold on, babe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
I
let me
got it.
handle
If
it.
you came
Yeah.
out too hot, I know where you trying to go. Your temperature is up, like your blood pressure is going.
I know where this is
I know
going.
where this is going. I got it. My mans, we good. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And
yeah,
then do it that way. But again, in certain situations, if we're taking it to the point of, would a guy defend, his woman in a situation like that where she done popped off, or if she done basically came at someone aggressively, and now it's turned.
I agree
You
with
still
you. You
need
know
to-
your spouse,
You still
right?
need to know
You know,
if he got you.
you know when you need to step in and when you don't. And I think if you handle things in a mature manner, your man in most cases probably will let you go ahead and handle
and
it.
do it.
I hate using the word let, but without you stepping in. You know what I mean?
That's actually what
I
it
mean,
is.
hey,
wow, you ain't gonna allow me to do that.
That's a whole
Lord.
other-
that's honest.
that's a whole other conversation.
That is
Really
honest.
lit.
Maybe I'll allow you to do it.
Let me.
What?
Let me.
You ain't gonna let
me.
I do what I want.
Well,
Uh-oh. Motor City K9 said no. Excuse me. He said no. I was saying make sure it's worth it before saying certain things to a man. Not that you can't speak, but I may have to put a nigga in the dirt because
Oh,
he
God.
popped off. Oh, that is what I said. Basically, like I understand. Like
Well, if I know you got that thing on you, then
no,
Oh, moving on,
Because guess who
Tiffany.
going to jail? Your man. You gonna be raising.
Go
a
ahead,
child.
boo.
And I might, because I'm a getaway driver.
Go ahead, boo.
So,
I could drive
No.
too.
Go ahead, boo. I got you.
oh my God.
Got 16 friends with me too.
Now the way things work nowadays, if
What?
anything, I'd be the one to calm the man down and be like, "Look, is this worth jail time?
Alright.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
don't
just go
think.
chill out,
Oh, first off,
cause you going to jail."
when stuff start getting hot,
I bet you niggas
Bitch,
do.
niggas will do. That's what Tim doing.
Tiff don't play games with people. I know what can happen. So if I'm not ready for where I know or I think that you're willing to take it, if that's not a risk I'm willing to take, you got it, Playboy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here.
Niggas do.
You won this one?
Yeah, you got it.
But I'm gonna catch you on the
Call me when you get home.
But let me catch you on my field.
Yeah. Oh,
What say? What mama said?
Turn up
When
too.
mama say shut up, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna leave.
yeah. I be
I
talking
be talking
again.
again. All right.
Ah,
That was a good one.
it was.
We gotta go. Which you want to go to next?
Just get it out the way.
Which one?
This depressing news.
Oh, the shooter.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought we was gonna talk about Tony, man.
All right, let's talk about Tony.
Both depressing.
Okay.
How you doing? How many of her books did you read?
Beloved and The Bluest Eye. I'm sorry, but
What?
Did you read it?
she lying.
You sound like-
She
what was
read
the, what was the
nothing.
little cheap thing that you got? What was it called? Crib Notes or what was it?
Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes.
Crib
Okay.
Notes.
Why you trying
That
to
blue
are you
hat,
trying to-
yeah.
I said crib.
Because it was not
That's
crib
just as
walking.
bad.
Crib and crib is all right.
It
Whatever.
ain't Cliff.
Now wasn't wrong.
Go ahead, too.
And The Bluest Eye. I read them in high school, and I feel like we were talking about this off air. That in high school, I feel like her books were kind of above me, and I do appreciate. Shout out to Renaissance. Shout out to Jamie Tobin.
And Cass Taylor.
Being my teacher, like holding my hand through like reading the books and to truly understand, you know, what she was saying. Like, she is a literary giant. But I mean, obviously, we all heading that way, and it was just her time to go, and I just appreciate her time here on Earth and what she left behind.
Yeah.
So what did those books do
They were over her head.
Yeah.
Like,
for you? No, she said her teacher held her hand and helped her understand them. So I figured.
Right, no, I understood them, but like what they did for me, it wasn't just like, oh my God, it ignited a fire inside of me. And I became a writer. Clearly, you know, I'm not a writer.
See, if I don't know what you're doing this for a time, you know what I'm saying? You might have-
Nonetheless,
you might have a whole bunch of novels at home. I don't know.
No. I mean, I can write. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, excuse
Renaissance
me.
taught me, but all neither here nor there. I think that
Don't come for me. I already, go ahead.
how Cass is at the bottom of the list.
Ooh.
Excuse me?
Did you see that list?
okay.
What?
Ooh, it's another list? Ooh.
Y'all
She about to pull it out.
What?
Okay, well, as they get ready to move on,
Let's
just
The bottom of the
Let's-
list as in what? You mean the schools to test in?
hold on. Before y'all just jump ship, let's just say a rest in peace to Toni Morrison. She is a legend, and hopefully her impact will carry on. I'm sure it will, especially among the Black community. So now y'all can move on to this nonsense.
Would you
that
all
y'all-
read those books over?
Yeah,
I
am.
would.
Actually,
I would like
Yeah,
to.
absolutely.
I will read The Bluest Eye over again because I know I didn't.
You understand it so
Yeah.
much better now as an
Right.
adult. So-
Yeah, I'm sure having an adult perspective reading those books would
It's
be
totally different.
amazing.
Yeah,
So
I hate to compare it to this, but it's just like the TV show Frasier, right? Like I didn't understand any of the jokes back then when it was on.
now that
Now
your
I'm an
vocabulary has expanded,
Right.
it's
In my
totally
mind.
different.
Is it
Yeah.
your vocabulary that expanded or your experience?
Check your vocabulary. 'Cause I heard that little slip
I
up.
said,
My
I said,
word.
Is it your vocabulary?
Come on, let's get this cast stuff over with so we can move on. They at the bottom of the list.
We can move on
As far
while she
as,
does
like,
some research right now.
She found it. Go ahead.
Ooh, wait a minute.
FYI, I want to put this out there. It was one of the top schools in the nation when I went there. That was a very long time ago, so it means nothing to me now.
It sounds like it was a nationally ranked blue ribbon school, but you know, whatever. That's all I need to hear there.
How did this
So,
even start? Like,
who knows?
Out of these top 50 lists, is that what this
So
is?
you guys know those top 50 lists that people are putting out, like with the top 50 rappers and this is that and the third. Somebody put out the top 50 Detroit high schools, which I'm like, are there 50
Man,
high
come on.
schools?
There can't be
around like
50
that?
high schools.
That can't be, right?
I'm about to start clapping at you.
Well, let me tell you. I'm going to start, first off, Renaissance they have is number 1.
Yeah.
Then they have number 48, East Detroit. Hold on. Number 49, Eating a Jean Jacket. And number 50, Gas.
First of all, whoever made that list
Went to
went
Renaissance.
to Cooley, Cody, and or Murray Wright.
Wait a
I said what I said. Maybe Mumford.
my man.
Jesus Christ.
First, okay, you know what this list remind me of? Let's get this out of the way too. This top 50 trash
you
list.
think everybody that graduated out of Cass is going over there?
I didn't say that.
So quit putting it out here like Cass just made all these profile people.
They did make some great
But I'm
people,
saying if you- I'm sure.
including me. And what I'm saying is, that
First of all,
list is
I didn't even
trash.
think that my suburban school would be on the list, but it's number 27.
And it
So
ain't
shout
a
out Oak
Detroit
Park.
Okay, one, y'all about to piss me off. I'm about to start clapping.
Damn.
Two, these top 50 lists are obviously trash.
We out here.
Y'all done?
It's any jeans.
Murray Wright had a strong 22. Okay.
Open this. First of all, it ain't that funny.
It is.
It ain't that funny.
Red.
Dude, you know somebody just hates Cass.
That's so funny.
DSA Mumford number 4.
Even the
That's
jean
a
jacket
lot.
gotta be the funniest.
Cody is number 11. All right,
So
you know what,
here-
real quick,
but
bring
here's-
up that top
but-
50
but-
list,
but
R&B
here-
one.
But here's the thing though.
This is
Every
someone's
school
opinion,
in
it's
their
trash.
day, because Cody.
This is not facts,
Cody at a
FYI.
certain time was a very good school.
So was Mackenzie.
Like, so you can't,
Cooley was a great school.
right, so every dog has its day. So you
I get
can't
it.
say that, you know, so what are you really trying to
Did you ever have to test to get into Cooley, Cody, or
She
Mackenzie?
mad for real.
Yeah, she is.
No, y'all brought it up. Let's talk about it.
It's nothing to talk about. The list is that. No.
The list is the list.
It's written right
It is written.
The list is the
It
list.
was too hard for me.
We all can see that, right?
G Jones 83 says she smoked ways you know she went to Cody. Virginia. Dog, okay, real quick, since we talking about these stupid top 50 lists, go find it real quick, right? Because I'm upset about this as well, right?
Oh.
Clearly, this is someone's opinion. I think it's
They all are.
They're all.
they are, but this one is just not. Just read some of them whenever you find it. But
What?
just so
It's on Great
everyone knows, it's a top 50 R&B list.
Did
over
they
the
narrow it
last-
down by a decade or is just?
It was over the
No,
wasn't it over
that
the
was
last
just-
30 years.
Oh, I thought that was
Last-
just.
It was last.
It was
30
like the last 30 years,
Oh Lord,
and
I need to see
it's
this.
trash. I'm about to read
Where
some
have I
of it. Here we
been? I
go.
haven't been on the
So
internet.
it says top R&B. I'm gonna just read a few. They have Michael Jackson #1. They scratched out R. Kelly and put Beyonce as number 2. And
Y'all ain't catch that.
they have Ray J as number
I'll
20.
leave it alone.
Justin Bieber 34. Like
How dare they put my Brandy
First of
at
all,
25?
I mean, they have Ariana Grande on here.
she's
Tevin
not.
Campbell.
Some of these people aren't even R&B artists. Michael
The
Jackson,
Weeknd
FYI,
is
was
a
not
pop
an R&B
artist.
artist. He's the king of pop, not R&B.
The Weeknd though, like he would make a list. I love the Weeknd.
I got
You love
tired
his
of
music
hearing
or his
that.
I
voice?
strongly like the Weeknd.
You love his music or his voice?
I like his music.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I was over him quickly.
If you went on a list for R&B, I think you got to have a voice that like knocks people out, type of
As
deal.
soon as I read the list and I didn't see Stevie on here, I chalked this up as null and void.
Yeah.
In the last 30 years, though.
Yeah.
Did their career have to start in the 30 years? Cause
No, but you have to be hot
with
within the 30 years, though.
Stevie
He
wasn't hot within
was.
30 years?
Because if you put Mike on there, Stevie's on.
Oh, it's already been 20, right? We at 2019, so that means you had to make something
In the 90s.
1990 and
Stevie
after.
ever stopped. I don't think he stopped making music.
Hey, but do we sing any of his new music?
No,
Uh,
that's what my point was. So I don't think he's relevant to this
First
list.
of all, Future is on this list, so you
Oh,
know
yeah, no.
this
A
is some
child.
bullshit.
A child made it.
Ray J should not be on anyone's list.
Oh.
Sexy can just put.
He's trash.
Speaking of Ray J,
Money.
y'all heard about this
We did.
TB tour?
What?
It's the same company that did the Millennium Tour. It's Immature,
Mm.
Ray
I'm
J,
here for immature.
Day
Jay Holiday.
26, Jay Holiday, and why on earth is B5 on this tour? First of all,
I don't even
Come
know.
on, man.
I remember
I do,
them,
but I
but
don't
they were
remember
like
anything they sung.
kids. Like they were probably too young to even be on the Millennium Tour. So
Say it
why are
again?
you on the tour with these grown ass men?
Immature B5. You said
Well, I mean, like these 38-year-olds.
These older boys.
Day 26. Is that what you said?
Day 26,
That's-
Immature.
That's definitely worth seeing.
That makes
Day
sense.
26 can go.
I
No,
love
not
Day
go,
26.
not go as in like
Oh,
go
like they
away.
good.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they can go off.
You
Yeah.
better clear it up.
Got you. Because everybody was, well, we were like, Day 26, Jay Holiday, Ray J, and B5.
Jay Holiday.
Jay Holiday got some.
He has some
Jay
hits.
Holiday.
I mean, he can give me like 3 or 4 songs, and I'm.
I said Jay
Comfortable.
Holiday. I could go without.
Oh, I like
All I want to hear is his 4 songs that were on the radio. I don't need nothing
He got
else.
some jams that weren't on the radio.
You got to listen to his album.
Alright.
They went hard.
Mm.
Maybe I didn't dislike him. I don't feel like B5 belongs on this tour. The rest of them are fine.
Are you going?
I'm willing to.
If you find tickets on Groupon,
You might.
I can't pay $1 for it.
Would y'all be
You can
here
throw-
for the
throw
making the
40.
band? You remember Diddy was talking about making the band all over again?
Mhm.
Would you be here for it? Like,
With new people.
yeah.
I mean, I would. I'm always
watch
willing to
it.
give
I
a
don't watch
reality show a
reality.
chance, but
Like,
if I'm
I
not
don't-
in it by episode 3, I'll probably
I don't
stop
watch
watching.
reality TV anymore, but I would watch that. I fuck with Diddy.
So I've not watched reality TV in years. Like I'm still on. I stopped loving hip hop after like Jim Jones and Chrissy was.
Yeah, that's when I
popular.
stopped. Yeah.
But for whatever reason, like MTV is bringing back all these old shows, and it's taking me back. So like Jersey Shore in the hills. Oh my God.
You talking about the reboots you've been watching?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're not the old episodes.
No,
No,
it's the
Oh.
reboot.
I thought about
So-
tuning into the Hills just because I
Girl.
used to watch
No,
that.
the
but
Hills was good. The
Yeah.
old one, I don't know if I care.
it's the
about
same
it.
people.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
So
really?
it's
Yes.
just like a what they doing now type
Yes.
situation.
It's like, I grew up with you guys. I know you.
yeah, that's why I thought about watching it.
So would I watch the Making the Band? Probably.
No, but it's gonna be new people.
mean,
I would watch
yeah.
Making the Band just to see like good talent, but
Mhm.
and I like Diddy. Like
Yeah, 'cause
That
you
show
know
was
Diddy's going to
good.
be an asshole. Like, and it's going to be funny. And he's
anyway.
going to make them do wild stuff.
But they
Yeah.
come out with hits though. That's why I know I'm not gonna be listening to no bad music.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like every time.
Yeah. Because Day 26 album, man.
Yeah.
Dang.
Fire.
That,
It's
That thing
still.
slaps.
to this
Yeah, I
day.
know.
What's the most you gonna pay for that ticket?
I mean, I got a high
I ain't paying more
25.
than
What? I was gonna say 45, 50.
I
50
can't
with the
give
taxes.
with the first of all, taxes for tickets be like $15.
I know. So 35, 30, you know.
them- Yeah.
25 to
I go to the venue and get the tickets.
you gonna be you gonna be way at the top, nauseous.
Right. That should
Little
be front row
Caesars
seats.
Little Caesars
Live.
Arena, you will be nauseous.
25 should be
You ain't gonna be
Look.
front runners. Nah.
When the last time we heard any music from any of
But
those
you gotta
people?
pay all of them. Like it's gonna be more than 20.
That's not her problem. Is what she said.
What they gotta do with
She
me?
gotta
Yeah,
put
them
that-
niggas
that
$2
budget
a
together.
piece.
They agreed on whatever they take.
She gotta put that budget together.
You not going to see it?
No. So, yeah.
You good on that?
Yeah. Miss me with that door. I got a question for you all, and it kind of came from a news story I saw. They were saying that in the last few years, a lot of the schools are, I think, like 60 to 70% employed by substitutes
I
instead
believe
of
it.
actual teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came up with the question: do you all feel that certain professions are undervalued, i.e., teachers or public servants? And if yes, will that have an adverse effect on the current and following generation?
It's showing it now.
Hmm?
Does it come through with a two-part
Anyway.
question?
It's literally evidence
Of
it's
that right now.
showing that
Yeah.
right now that our school systems are trash.
No, yeah.
Like
I mean, I just don't think. I'm a kid of a teacher. They don't pay teachers well for
No.
what they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Mhm.
Those kids who are home with their parents all summer, giving them hell, causing all these problems. Think of that times 30. Or when they overcrowd your class, you got 40 kids in a class that you're trying to control, teaching them on all different levels.
yeah.
You got the kid who also has issues at home, who you got to now be
You
a
got
counselor
10
to.
kids who have issues.
Right.
Yeah, depending on the area.
You
Yeah.
got to be a counselor for these kids now. You got to be all of these people for these children. This kid might need a parent.
Yeah.
This kid might need, extra love. It's just so much, and you just don't pay them. And then you give them hell.
Yeah.
I think I heard that, like, sometimes teachers have to, like, reapply for their job.
Mm-hmm.
What?
My G.
Mm-hmm.
You already don't pay
Apply for the
them.
job that no one wants?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they do that because so they can lower the pay rate. If I make you reapply,
That's
now you're
Then I
coming,
can offer you something
you're
different.
coming in a different way.
Yeah. That's
You're
not.
you're not continuing on with what you were.
No,
Do
I
they
don't.
want competent
No,
adults?
and
Like, I don't
that's what I heard in
understand.
some situations, not every situation. But they do
Right.
negotiate, like negotiations of contracts or whatever. So if I make you reapply, that's kind of like what a lot of companies do. They'll do major layoffs, like with the big three. They did all these major layoffs and got all the older people that were $30 and $40 and $50 an hour out and brought everybody back at $14, $15 an hour.
Jesus.
I don't know, it just sucks. I think we are doing a major disservice to these kids out there.
Do you, for the second part of the question, like, do you feel like a lot of young people want to even go into public service anymore? Like, and that's teachers, that's
Yeah, I don't
policemen, that's
I don't
firemen,
think
that's.
those positions
Not the
are.
way they used to.
Mhm.
I don't think those functional jobs, like the things that make the world actually function, those jobs are not sought after anymore. I think technology has been amazing, but everyone is either trying to be YouTube famous
Mhm.
or somewhere within technology, which is great, but someone has to teach this stuff. Like Someone has to teach you basic fundamentals. You know?
Right.
So like we don't, if people are not promoting or really talking about, you don't really see a lot of teachers, doing big things or on a public platform or in the public eye. I see a lot of teachers that I've been following with the shows page that take to Instagram with their class and like are doing different things, and it's becoming more aware about what's going on, but that's a small handful. So I don't know what is going to change because, for instance, like DPD, they are always understaffed,
Yeah.
always. So
Was you trying to make 20 bands a year?
that's what I'm saying.
That's honest.
That's
do
what
you
I'm saying.
do you think that they'll like eventually get rid of? I hate to say this, but
Teachers?
yeah.
No, I don't think.
In the next 40 or 50 years, why not? They got rid of school books. Like who's like teaching the kids?
Did they
Like
get rid of school books?
and a
Everybody
lot
got
of
tablets
schools, yeah.
at schools with money. They-
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
But
like,
yeah.
They still got school books.
Not everybody is what I'm saying. Like
I don't think that they have books that they take home.
Right, they're not probably taking them home, but they have them in class for sure. Like, if they're
for
not,
sure, because I don't.
So what are they
What's
learning
that?
off of?
No, I think
tablet?
it's if
You-
books
Oh,
on the
you-
tablets.
So a teacher or a school counselor just hit me up
Okay.
because they're listening and said, don't forget they're messing with our pensions and 401ks too.
Oh my goodness.
So as a teacher, you've put money into this 401k. You've
And you might
done,
lose it.
how are you, why would I stay?
yeah.
to teach your bad kid who don't want to learn anyway.
That's cussing me out.
Yes.
It's not,
I gotta fight things
Yeah.
to
Cussing me out.
learn.
And I'm taking everything in me not to
Lay your kid out.
lay hands.
Listen, I witnessed a little boy call a teacher a bald head bitch.
Mama, they call my mama a bitch.
And I
She
just
better.
was like, oh my
When they did,
God.
she retired.
My mom went to school. Went to work. Some little kid told his mom, he went in class and got whooped by another kid. So he told his mom that my mom like pinned him up against the wall, and that's why the other kid was able to do what he does. My mom's like, sweetheart, I'm gonna get paid regardless. Like I don't know that's not what happened. So the mom like called her all type of names, kid, called her B words, all
See?
this. She went and found out. I'm an old school teacher. She retired in 2009 though. She went that day or either the end of that week to the union meeting and found out that she'll make more money in retirement than working, and she left.
I have another problem with that, right? The problem is the actual parent, right? I'm from the time
Hello.
when if you it was a boy, I'm not gonna say his name, but you remember him though. A boy in middle school, right, was acting up. The teacher told him his dad went to all of his classes, sat right behind him in every single class.
Until you
Embarrassed
act
the
right,
shit
I'll
out
be
of him.
here.
Back then, it was like the teacher has something bad to say about you. Oh, it's your fault.
Yeah, you in trouble.
It
It's
was-
not like, oh, I'm about to go cuss this teacher out because
Adults respected adults. Like, adults were adults. So if an adult called home and said you were doing X, Y, and Z,
you did that shit.
you did it.
It was believed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't the fact that, oh, what? Oh,
You lying on my
Now
son.
what? Right,
My
yeah.
kid don't act like that.
And if that's
When
your
they-
response,
when they
your
cussing
kid
you
is
out,
acting like that
You know what I'm
because
saying?
you act
Your
like
kid
that.
cussing you out and running around doing X, Y, and Z.
Like you know that.
And then you come up to the school like you done suspended the kid or whatever, you put the kid out, or say something a little harsh like, because this slips, I'm sure it slips. So you say something a little harsh,
Like
now
what?
you come
That's
in.
why you dumb anyway.
Right. That's why you're going to get held back. That's why I'm holding you back.
You need to be the one paying attention.
That's why I'm holding you back.
Or you'll be here next year. You know what I'm saying?
I have heard
in
that
that,
before.
in that
Yeah.
seat. You know what
Not
I'm saying?
to me. FYI.
Write your name on it. That was yours.
You can keep it. So you go do that. They go home, tell their parent, and the parent would have come up there, then took off work and got ready for all the smoke.
Oh,
Y'all disrespectful.
What in the world is that?
it's not
Is
us.
that
Oh,
Phone
wow.
talk.
No.
Okay. All right. Somebody plug into the laptop. All right. But yeah, it's crazy. And like these what used to be like the middle America, like what was it? Like the jobs, or factory jobs, the like you said, public service,
Used to be good jobs.
EMS,
Yeah.
whatever. These type of jobs, they got away with that tier of life, because there was a lot of people on my block that had a couple cars, had a vacation home.
Oh my God.
You know,
the middle class?
The
baby boomers?
They had a
That's
vacation
true.
home. They had, but
Mhm.
but we all stayed in the same neighborhood. Everybody made decent. I mean, it was a different time. Things were a little cheaper, and well, a lot
A little.
cheaper, a lot cheaper. But that era,
So I think that's relative, because if you account for inflation.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's a little cheaper, but they were those jobs meant something. You know, people were getting paid, and if you notice, like they keep cutting at these types of jobs continuously.
Mm.
Like you said,
Because the goal is to eradicate the middle class.
Yeah.
Like, they need the rich
and the poor.
and the poor. If you don't have anybody in the middle, it's such, the likelihood of somebody coming from down
To
here
cross over.
to up here,
Is
slim to none.
Yeah.
Will it happen? Sure, maybe, you know.
Hit the
Might,
lottery.
you might get that good scratch off.
Hit
You
the
know, you might play those numbers right, sure. But they need to take those, like you were saying, those middle class people who had a boathouse,
Mhm.
who had multiple cars,
Mhm.
who had like all these crazy luxurious things.
Mhm.
No, we need to bump them down.
Yeah.
Keep them down
Start
here.
cutting these wages.
Yep.
So the job that
Get rid of the
my
union.
my grandfather
Yeah.
or my uncle used to make $40 an hour from, and they after they had been there 10, 15 years, of course, you know, they had to kind of grow to that. That's not there anymore. You can go be somewhere for 10 to 15 years and still be making less than $20 an hour.
That's heartbreaking. Yeah.
Legit, like I
How
know
do you-
people making less than $20
It's a
an hour.
trickle
and have been
effect, right?
somewhere.
I always say this, right? I feel like this about like the actual work environment too. I feel like if you hover over your employees, they're not gonna work hard for you,
No.
right? You pay people trash, they're not gonna work hard for you. It's like the same concept. It's a trickle effect, and then whatever they do on the work, that's how your clients are gonna respond to your business, or that's how the students are gonna respond to the education system. It's all a trickle effect, and it's trash. It starts from the top. I'm sorry, like. And I commend those teachers who actually still find a way, like, I'm sure a lot of them care because they're doing a job, but you make it very hard to care. When I have all these other things hanging over my head that I can't take care of in my personal life,
Mhm.
because I'm trying to help kids.
I have to go to another job after I get out of teaching your kids,
Cussing your kid out.
just to make
Because you won't
ends
do it.
I'm
meet.
doing driver's training after work because
This is not because like, oh, I just want extra vacation money
This
or
is
I
to
got
survive.
free time. This is to survive. That's
a
crazy.
Lot. That's a lot. That's not even just teachers. That's a lot of jobs today.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a lot of jobs today. Most people have 2 jobs.
Yeah, that's very true. Unless you have like the
No, you
opportunity to
just-
do overtime or something like that.
I don't either, but I could easily see that. Some stuff just don't cut it. Like, I don't, like, I mean, and then they make it, certain companies make it easy for you to have a second job, right? You could have like an easy 9 to 5, but then you got
No,
Uber,
it's-
stuff like
it's-
that. Like, people are gonna pick up stuff like that to get extra money in. Like,
Right, but what I'm saying is that most people need it now
Yeah.
because, like, the cost of living. Let's say an apartment in Detroit is about $600-700, about $800-900 in Detroit. You go to downtown, that same apartment, maybe smaller, it's almost $2,000.
yeah.
So, like, the cost of living just is crazy nowadays, and there's still, like, entry-level positions are maybe $15. You're not walking to many jobs making $20,000. And that's with education.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Dog on Herb said public servants don't get paid enough to do the jobs they love. Teachers, EMS, firefighters, police.
Talk that stuff. Thank you.
The messed up part is like they don't get paid enough, but we need these people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
a critical job.
yeah.
We need these people. But the people
Just
that-
imagine like I know they've been on strike and stuff before, like firefighters and what if they just all quit? Like
And
tomorrow,
here's the
which they can do.
Here's the thing that was
Can't
funny.
you go to jail for that though?
What, quitting? A public service, I
No,
think,
was it like
firefighters.
dereliction of, I don't know if I'm saying that, something of duty. You can't just lay your post down like that.
Not if if you're actively on duty. Probably not. I don't know.
So keep me poor.
For instance, like, how does it make sense that someone would invest into this incubator tech company that can go up and down in the course of a year? you know, make everybody $1 million, they sell it off, whatever. But no one's going to put that same type of money into these type of jobs. Like, there's no funds, there's no grants, there's nothing. No one's saying, you know what, let's put money into this. Let's put money into the whatever, like somebody famous. You done made it out the mud, as they say nowadays, and you got a little money, and you want to donate some money. Why not, you know, put some money back into the public school system that made you, that's a part of making you who you are today, or whatever the case may be. Like, no one's trying to funnel money into these type of jobs, but we're putting money in any and everything nowadays. It's like crazy.
Do you think that if they are getting money, because
Is
some
it
of them
being
do, is
used?
it being used
And
properly?
that's a whole nother conversation.
Doggone Herb said yes, failed duty to act.
Oh.
Yeah.
So was looking for it, thank you.
No, it is dereliction of duty, but
Yeah, but that's the question too, like I said, if they're getting money or
People
if they're
are-
giving money, are they using it for what they're supposed to be
Look,
using it for?
I honestly believe a lot of humans are selfish. Once you get out of your bad situation, like it's like
You
you
got
like
out.
completely cut off
I made it
what
out.
the hell happened to you before,
You made
and
it
you
out.
don't give a damn about anybody else behind you. Like, or even when you do give back in a lot of cases, like some of them give back just for the tax cuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or to get the
I
money
mean, I
back.
don't care why you,
Just do it.
like, I don't care what your reason or rationale is for giving back, but as long as you're able to still help somebody, if you get them tax cuts, go ahead. That's cool too.
Yeah, but reach back and get somebody. Help somebody.
Yeah, I feel like
Even if it's just one person.
at a certain point in your life, if you like still not struggling, I feel like you have a responsibility to help somebody else.
And it don't always have to be financial.
Right.
Show me the
I say that.
road.
I say
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
All,
Like,
I say that all the time.
Show me how you figured it out and you got your first.
I think the
house.
most effective
You know what I'm
ways to
saying?
give back don't always include
Time.
money.
Yeah.
Show me how you figured it out.
Yeah.
You got into buying and selling homes. You got 60 homes now. Show me how you got your first one.
Speaking of, that was one of our topics, right? So how do y'all feel about giving back and displaying it for everyone, like on social media, right? Like, let's say you go feed the homeless and you got somebody videotaping it.
The wackest shit in the world.
I think it depends on your intent.
Wackest
If
shit in
if that's
the
why
world.
you're doing it, but some people may be doing it to spread awareness. So it could have a positive outlook, like, oh, I didn't know I could go to this and do that. But
you're
if
at
you're
an event, yeah. If you pull up on the side of the road
and
pull out
like,
your
here,
phone,
show
Look at
me
this homeless
giving,
man, I'm
yeah.
giving this.
That's-
Yeah.
I went and bought 50 pizzas and, hey homie, you take me giving these pizzas to
That's
homeless
disgusting.
Yeah, so that's different
For
intent.
what?
That's
If you're at
disgusting.
an event that's raising money and you
Mhm.
want to put it on social media to raise
Raise
awareness or
awareness.
get people down there, cool. But hold my phone,
And
record me giving
While I
this,
break
this,
it
this,
off.
this homeless man $50. I'm going to give him a bag. A whole, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But I feel like if you're at an event, you're not at an event with, like, say, the homeless people. You're at an event with people who are trying to raise money
Mhm.
for a specific cause.
right.
Cool.
That might need awareness.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. My issue is with anybody. Just think on your worst day in life. Somebody comes with a camera. They can help you out,
Mhm.
but they come and put a camera in your face.
And put you all over social media.
Smile.
Shit.
I'm down bad. You know, like, I have these issues going on, but here you go with this camera because you're trying to make yourself look good. You're trying to make yourself feel good. You want people to know what you're doing, and you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
I think it's evident though when someone is doing it for the wrong reasons. So it's
I
like,
don't know about celebrities sometimes. I don't know.
well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When it's like for a promotion or they're trying to say, hey, look at me, this is what I'm doing. So if you're doing something like to show, hey, today I'm giving this out at this one location, like, I think that's different because you're showing people you can come here to get this. You're bringing awareness to it. But like you said, if it's me walking up to a homeless person and giving them food or giving them money individually, no, I don't have to show that. But
Yeah.
the age-old handing out turkeys, like if that's on display while you're actively doing it, while that's annoying, somebody might see that and can share that information. So it depends on your
Everything, it's
intent.
about perception from our, like, basically what we talking about, because we'll never know the person's intent. Like, you'll never know, right? Something could come off total trash online, and we're like,
And they can
dang,
be
that's
anyone.
tacky as hell. But then they, like, we would never know.
Well, honestly, in a situation where it's a one-off and you just, hey, hold my phone, record
Yeah, no,
this
that's
as
You
I do
trash.
this.
That's clear.
That's so weird.
That's
People are weird.
obvious.
trash.
Man.
But we're talking about like isolated situations where it's an event or you're preparing for something or whatever the case may be, that's
Yeah.
totally different. But hey, Tiff, hold this. There's a guy downstairs. He right next to my car. I'm gonna give him these bottles when we get down there.
Got a whole bunch of likes on this one.
Oh my
Record
God.
this. So, keep going for a second. We start laughing.
Okay. Speaking of doing it for the gram, we were having this conversation at dinner yesterday.
In fact,
So I have a friend that I follow on Instagram who has all of these dope pictures, but it's like so clearly staged, and I think it's so weird to be like, yo, get this picture of me looking off into the sunset. Like, get this picture of this car, but I want to be in the background. Like, but wait till I look to my left. So
You missed your calling. You should have been a
Trash.
photographer.
No, you should have been a model.
Yeah.
Trash.
Come on.
Trash.
like
First of all, nobody got time for all of that. Like, okay, this is what I told her, right? I'm like, if I ask Soraya, which I don't do, because I think that's like I did that one time, just like
yeah,
screwing
same.
around
I
with
feel
y'all.
weird not looking.
But
at the
I
camera.
feel weird if you holding the camera up to my face and I purposely turn away from the camera.
And get my angle
So
right
you
there.
can get a side shot of me, right? I think that's like kind of
It feels
it's
weird.
whatever. But my thing is, if you do it with your friends and y'all got that kind of understanding, like when y'all go out of town together, y'all take all these weird photos together or separate, whatever, that's different. If I'm a stranger, you give me your phone, you say, hey, can you take a picture of me real quick? And you go sit up on some statue or something and then you look away from me, I'm going to sit your phone on the ground and I'm going to walk away.
Sir, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I do apologize, but you have to find someone else.
Oh my
Dude, that's
God.
trash.
No, but I just thought that was strange, and so
Jeff
clearly
said
y'all
that.
agree to.
Jeff does that.
He real quiet.
I'd be like, why are they
But
attacking
you take
me
your,
right
you
now?
take your
talking
own
about me.
I
photos
look
though.
off in the abyss all the time.
We noticed.
You just stretch your arm out.
Nah, I'm talking about like if you was to ask one of us, hey, get this picture while I go look out this window right here. Like, what?
No,
It's us though. That's what I said. But if you go ask a random white woman to do that, like I'm gonna look at you like you're a fool. You a clown. Don't
Oh
like.
my God.
I ain't asking nobody.
I hope he doesn't listen to this. You know what I'm talking about.
What you talking about?
Somebody.
Hey,
Put 'em on
well, if
the
the
Look.
shoe fits, sir.
Roll him out, son.
Nah.
All right, so it's coming to that time where it's time for us to go. I do want to shout out a couple things that's going on in the city this weekend and upcoming. If anyone didn't know, starting tomorrow is I guess they changed it to the Ribs and R&B Fest.
Oh, that's
Yes.
that was
It's
on my
not, it's not
list.
Ribs and Soul anymore, so it's Ribs and R&B Festival. But it's $40.
That means they're gonna be playing Future because
No, it's
he's
not.
an R&B.
It's not for,
I
no,
saw a $40 ticket on.
no, if you're there before 5 o'clock on Friday, so before 5 on Friday,
Which
it's
is gonna be
free.
nobody with a job.
Correct. I mean, unless you probably work at Quicken. It's free. I'm not, hold on, they work right there.
Bow!
It's free, and then after that, I think it's like $5-10 to get in.
I saw $40. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Oh, there is a cover charge.
Yeah.
There's
Long
a
story
fee.
short.
Yeah. Because you know
You ain't eating them ribs for free.
They're not playing with y'all in Hard Plaza no more. You know,
Nah.
you coming down there walking around.
That sounds.
Too many shootings to happen. But yeah, the Ribs and R&B
I ain't been
Festival. I
down
think
there
it was
in a
supposed to be
while.
like John B, Avant.
Okay.
Vivian Green.
There you go.
Good one, good one.
Veronica Williams, I think, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so that's that. Tomorrow also, Now That I Can Dance is I think it's maybe a display that they're doing at Motown from 1962. So it'll be at the Motown Museum. Opening up tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
I've never been. You talking about Hitsville?
Yeah.
I've never been there, and I'm like really upset with myself.
That's terrible.
I know.
That's terrible.
I should go.
Oh my God, how are you?
I'm not even black anymore.
Mhm.
Have you been to Hitsville?
I have 7 times.
I've only been once.
Several times.
But I mean,
Yeah.
Let me stop.
I mean, so how many times have you been to the African American Museum?
Multiple times.
So what's that?
It's been hella parties here.
What do you mean?
Wow.
You not gonna give this Culture Cure disclaimer?
that was a good one. That was a good
That
one.
comment
Sid.
does not.
Aaron does not. Aaron does not support.
Culture Cure does not support
Oh,
anyone. Approve.
Girl, that was a real life life joke, right?
That's
Absolutely.
hilarious.
What else I got? Tip, go ahead, Mark.
He's seen the exhibits like once. Absolutely.
Oh, no, I've been, no, really,
Right.
like, I've been
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the museum multiple
I
times.
figured
Alright,
you had.
so a few things that are going on. There's a food truck rally at the Royal
Royal
Oak, Farmers Market.
Mm.
That is August 14th. There's a pizza throwdown at Eastern Market where you get, your $15 admission ticket will get you a slice of pizza and one drink. Obviously, you could buy more food and drinks if you want, but that's just what your ticket gets you.
Absolutely.
This is a few days away, but prepare yourself because it's Troy Restaurant Week coming up August 18th through 21st. They always have good stuff. You go every night, get you something different. And then, oh no, because you can like, that's my thing, whatever.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
All right.
Fix me.
So, but nah, they still legit though. So tomorrow and on Saturday, right in front of like the Southfield Pavilion area, they have a jazz concert, the Kimmy Horn Jazz Festival. So you just bring a chair, come sit out, and kind of have fun. It's
Sure.
real cool.
No liquor to you.
I mean, you just put it in a water bottle.
I mean, yeah, no exposed bottles. You gotta
Oh
tell
my
some people that.
God.
No exposed body. Yeah, no, don't bring the brown bag.
Yeah, I'm
with
just
the-
saying. Sometimes you have to give that disclaimer for some of your cousins.
I don't know who you hang out
I
with.
will.
Out of all the stuff y'all name, I
this-
have
so
one.
This is vodka.
Listen, hey. August 17th, it's a summer beer tasting boat cruise, August 17th. That's on, I don't even like beer actually, but, I mean, whatever.
Red Stripes is pretty decent.
It's on, the Detroit Princess, Saturday, August 17th, 11:30 to 2:30 p.m., so some daytime fun.
For all you beautiful black women going natural, the Detroit Natural Hair Expo.
I feel like you had to clean that up before you said it.
Oh my
It's on
God.
the
Beautiful black women.
Yeah, August 17th,
That
11
don't even
o'clock.
sound natural coming from you.
At 5 o'clock at Cobo, the Detroit Natural Hair Expo. So check it out. Get you some Miracle Grow or whatever they call it.
Oh, got it.
Stuff. There's a Millionaire Mindset meeting August 10th.
Boss up?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Yep.
I can't.
Well, the ticket is $139. I think it's a 2-day meeting and
That's really a boss up.
Yeah. So it's supposed to have a lot of speakers and stuff, so that's cool. Something like get into. I think that's all I got.
I do have one thing on Saturday. There is going to be a 12th annual street carnival on Guthrie between Van Dyke and St. Cyril. I guess that's how you say it. But anyway, they're going to do health screenings, college readiness, and funding activities, so that should be good. The Detroit Parent Network will be there, Golden Girls Mentoring, the Detroit Fire Department, as well as my nursing sorority will be doing the health screenings, health education, and CPR training. So that is this Saturday between 12 noon and 4.
Speaking of Greeks, for all everyone that is Greek and like to take a sip, especially for free, the MPHC, the Michigan Metro Detroit MPHC, has a Greek crawl tomorrow starting at 6 o'clock, and
What's up?
my fraternity is going to be the first house. The Men Phi Beta Sigma is going to, you can stop there at 6 p.m. starting 2441 West Grand Boulevard. So that's what we got. And then it buses
Sounds
around from there.
fun.
I think it goes from the us to alphas and it ends at the Calvas. So
You know,
Everybody
I told
do
you
it?
about this.
everybody
Yes.
good? All right. Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in. This has been the Culture Cure. Be a part of your cure.
Have a good night.
Bye.